Assalamualaikum and hello to everyone. Today I and my group mate will present the result of the study we have conducted, and the topic we will present is related to the comparison between the theories and concepts in non-Islamic entrepreneurship and entrepreneurship. Therefore, before we start the presentation, first I will introduce my group members, which consists of 4 people, including myself. My name is Muhammad Asif Hafiz Abdul Hassan. My number matrix is 284920. My group mates is Nur Suziana binti Matnu 284983, Anis Suriza binti Abdullah 285056, and the last is Siti Aisyah binti Abdul Hassan 285171.
Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Anis Riza binti Abdullah. My matric number is 285056. For the introduction, an entrepreneur is an individual who identifies a need in the marketplace and works to fulfill the concept of entrepreneur. An entrepreneur is an individual who identifies a need in the marketplace and works to fulfill it. The term historical has been applied to an individual who starts a business, seeing the ability to fulfill the identified need as an economic opportunity. Entrepreneur and entrepreneurship are sometimes applied to individuals who identify and pursue new ways to working or new process and procedure regardless of their position or setting. It is occasionally used as a synonym for a go-getter, who could also be described as having an entrepreneurial spirit. According to Barrett, entrepreneurship begins with action and the formation for a new organization. Success is based on entrepreneurship, and anyone who establishes a new business or organization is doing so in a novel way. However, being an entrepreneur requires discipline, independence, and willingness to replace old habits with a new one. Islamic entrepreneurship is a sector of society that falls under the umbrella of the Mu'amalah issue. The research intends to develop entrepreneurship for an Islamic perspective with a focus on the concept of honesty, with implication of enhancing Islamic value in entrepreneurial activities that might help individuals become closer to Allah Subhanahu Wa Taala. Next, I will explain about the issue that come out from the topic of entrepreneur. Firstly, most entrepreneurs have the difficulty in develop ideas and vision. For new entrepreneur, it might be challenging to come out with a business idea or to generate a unique idea because these ideas are not typically seen in daily activities. An entrepreneur must be capable of creating innovative product by producing goods that can satisfy the public. The process of finding a business idea, an entrepreneur must be capable of solving challenge and turning them into chance for the company, which is really challenging. Aside from that, a crucial part of beginning a firm is creating a vision, which is also the most difficult. Next, finding a business location is a difficult task for any entrepreneur. According to Lohit Kumar, the location chosen must be efficient in order to ensure the business future development. An entrepreneur must consider the infrastructure where clients are based, with a rapidly growing population, a good road network, and other amenities in a good location. In fact, strategic business location will have lower to make rental costs, but fewer client traffic, which means lower income as compared to a strategic one. To ensure the growth of their business, young entrepreneurs must have the ability to find such a strategic place to start their business. Many business owners experience an unanticipated business risk when COVID-19 emerged. The Movement Control Order PKP period was followed by the Conditional Movement Control Order PKPB, which led to the temporary closure of various business sectors. It has increased competition among the entrepreneurs, especially for micro, small, and medium-sized enterprise. This is because unforeseen issues will crop out without warning. An entrepreneur must always be prepared for anything that may develop and find solution to any problems crisis that may occur. An entrepreneur must always be prepared for anything that may develop and find solution to any problems or crises that may occur. That's all from me.
Assalamualaikum and hi everyone. My name is Nur Suziana binti Mano and my metric number is 284983. So the literature review from these assignments is the Islamic view of entrepreneurship, Islamic law and activities on entrepreneurial, financing Islamic business venture, and entrepreneurial activities across economies. So, for the Islamic view of entrepreneurship, is those of Islamic economies have far surpassed, indeed in modern time, as success of consultants. Western economics advocates often use to the Western entrepreneur. Sometimes economics point advocate of Western to the relative successful financial as evidence of Western business in the superiority of Western practices over those of Islamic organizations. Secondly, Islamic law and activities on entrepreneurial. The difficulty of difference between business venture in the framework of Islamic economies and regards to the activities, there have some religious significant effect in Muslim entrepreneur which they are able and they want to engage in their task and duty. Then, financing Islamic business ventures. There highlight main difference in the underpinning from the philosophical of each system even though the entrepreneurial incentive ventures are synonym between Islamic economies and Westerns. Model lies in the financing of business ventures, also another main difference between Islamic and Western entrepreneurial model is in financial aspect. Lastly, the literature review is entrepreneurial activities across economies. Loss from religious aspect and spirit from the activities in business of Islam entrepreneur have inseparability is the starkest not same between Islamic entrepreneurship and Western entrepreneurship. In choosing the type of ventures in Islamic entrepreneurial, the mechanism in how they are financing in Islam, the way they are conduct set from the Sharia law and Al-Quran, which is play a main functions. That's all the literature review from me. I will pass to the next presenter.
Assalamualaikum. My name is Siti Aisyah binti Abu Hassan, metric number 285171. I will explain about the discussion. The first is national income become increased. Entrepreneurs have a lot because of the country economic resources and good income. Second, offering employment opportunities. Every established business needs labor assistance to run commercial operations. There are job opportunities everywhere. Third, be a source of inspiration of role model. Other entrepreneurs will be motivated to start and grow their various firms with the success of an entrepreneur in the industry in which they are active. Fourth, developing support industries. The existence of this support industry can accelerate the growth of the Bumiputra commercial and industrial community through the involvement of Bumiputra in business. And last is contributing a part of the income to the community. Entrepreneurs can carry out or perform social responsibility such as making charitable contributions, carrying out social activities and building infrastructure. Next is I will explain about recommendation. The first is the role of the government. The government aims to make the field of entrepreneurship, especially the small and medium sector, as the main contributor to new employment opportunities in helping the country economic development. Among the earliest ministries to take the initiative were the Ministry of Entrepreneurial Development, the Ministry of Agriculture, the Ministry of Youth and Sports, and the Ministry of Education. Doing business and getting a return is good to hear. Many are racing to try in the business field and become successful entrepreneurs. The policy and efforts by the Malaysian government have never forgotten the method to generate the country economy and at the same time create opportunities for its people to live in comfort. Second is the role of the private sector. The private sector can play an important role in ensuring that the Malaysian economy remains strong in the long run. For example, banking institutions can help and support the company by using cash provided by Bank Negara Malaysia (BNM) effectively to to finance business in needs of entrepreneurship such as small and medium enterprise that have good prospects. Therefore, he explained the economy needs an injection of fresh funds by banks toward business loan to recover. Third, the role of higher education institutions. The higher education sector needs to play an important role in providing the knowledge needed to support and encourage the involvement of young people everywhere in the field of entrepreneurship. In Malaysia, entrepreneurship also acts as one of the key components in achieving the country's economic growth. One of the groups that is seen to be able to implement this noble desire is the university at the university level. University in Malaysia has played a role of cultivating students' entrepreneurship. For example, the introduction of basic entrepreneurship course, the preparation of entrepreneurship program, as well as curricular activities to increase student interest in entrepreneurship. Overall, the university role is to implement entrepreneurship education to be delivered to students through various programs, provision of infrastructure, and financial assistance to students to benefit in this field. And the last is the role of instructor. In the early stage, a student has an only slight natural interest. So when a person steps into the university level, the lecturer also play a role in nurturing their interest. Therefore, if the lecturer can arouse the interest of the students more deeply and learning and academic achievement will be more secure. Students are more confident in the knowledge imparted by lecturer. The lecturer better understands the pattern and goals of the country. Then the lecturer can shape his student in line with the progress of the country.
Okay, now I will go to the conclusion. We may draw the conclusion that there are considerable incentives for people to engage in entrepreneurial activity in both the Western and Islamic economies. However, it is evident that there are substantial variation between the two systems that may have an impact on how each organization performs. Muslim business people have a duty to put the welfare of society and religion ahead of making as much money as possible, which is sometimes the primary goals of Western business. Sharia law requires Muslim business people to abide by certain rules, including those that provide them for engaging in certain activity, including gambling, usury, speculation, and the selling of alcohol and other prohibited drugs. To, to finance new venture without the needs for Western fixed interest loan arrangement, the Islamic economy, which does not change interest, has devised profit sharing techniques such as mudarabah and musharabah. Since Muslim entrepreneurs have altruistic and religious motivation that shape their thought about successful economic ventures, measuring the relative performance of Islamic entrepreneurial activity using the same criteria as the Western system is improper. This is due to the Islamic entrepreneur model's intimate relationship between religion and economic activity. As a result, Muslim company owners prioritize the welfare of the public over profit while making business decisions. That's all for the conclusion. Okay, for the next is a question and answer. For the question, we have 5 questions. The first question is, what does entrepreneurship means? The second is, what is emphasized in Islamic entrepreneurship? The third is, what are the important characteristics of being an entrepreneur? And the fourth is, what is the reason for entrepreneur being affected in the rising standard of living on society? And the last one is, what is Islamic definition of successful economic activity? Okay, for the first answer, the first question is, entrepreneurship is a disciplined and self-reliant activity that has turned the old behavior into a new one. It's also a process for the organization to succeed by developing attitude and talents. Thus, it has influenced the economic, industrial, and market trajectory of the country, and it is indirectly benefits our society. So the second question is, Islamic entrepreneurship emphasizes how to be an honest entrepreneur and draw closer to Allah Subhanahu wa Taala, as well as take care of human welfare. Thus, entrepreneurship is Islamic. Islam is a system that takes great care of entrepreneur and consumer. This is to streamline every entrepreneurial process to run on the right track without fraud and so on. And it is a Sharia compliant system. And for the third question is, it is necessary to be an innovative and creative person to ensure that ideas and visions are easier to come through, like creating innovative product to satisfy every community. Although satisfying the community is not an easy thing, but if the product we make are constantly changing according to the needs of the consumer, it is concerned that the problem of dissatisfaction can be overcome well. In addition, the idea used should always have a positive effect whether they are in trouble or not. This is because we can indirectly make this problem a solution to the problem itself, and indirectly we can build a strong vision to become successful entrepreneur. And the last is for the fourth question is, it can provide jobs and boost the country economy. On the other hand, assist in the development of the country by doing charities such as providing public facility and so on. We can see that with this entrepreneurial activity, there are many opportunities that are open to society, no matter what field. This is will help in developing our standard of living, and country economy will also increase. And our country will have a large entrepreneur community that allow our country to be known by foreign country. And the last one is, Islamic defines successful economic activity as helping to create a more balanced society and holding wealth in prohibited. As we see, entrepreneurship in Islamic is bound by the ruling set by Allah Subhanahu wa Taala. Therefore, it is very protective of human welfare, whether it is Islam or not. With this barbarity of Islam, human life will become more harmonious and always be in a state of prosperity in the absence of oppression. Therefore, it is very important to carry out economic activity that can create a balanced society from various aspects. That's all from us. Thank you.